Congratulations, WWE. You just made another big mistake with LA Knight. In today's video, we're going to be looking at what WWE did to LA Knight, why I can't say I'm surprised, and what the future holds for LA Knight going forward. Now, LA Knight has been a guy that has consistently been pushed on WWE television, with a lot of people, including myself, thinking that he is a future WWE champion. Now, it seems like it's like pulling teeth with WWE to get this guy in the right spots at the right times, and in some instances they have, in some instances they haven't. There is one thing regarding LA Knight that is certain. WWE has not pulled the trigger on a world title run. Now, I understand that LA Knight has found a lot of success in WWE. He's overachieved. Heck, he was almost fired after the whole Max Dupree incident. But if you look at his NXT run, which set the foundation of, hey, this guy can play baby, or this guy can play heel, he's also a former $1 million champion. LA Knight is here to stay. The only problem is WWE wants to get him to just the edge, but not make him a main eventer. Yes, he is a two-time United States champion, but WWE has booked this guy in the 2023, 2024, and now 2025 Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay, now this past Saturday night, obviously LA Knight, Seth Rollins, Penta, and a lot others, CM Punk, El Grande, I could go on. They had a few different favorites. Okay, you had a situation in which Seth Rollins was a favorite. Would CM Punk screw over Seth Rollins? Or would it be LA Knight? Now, I was hoping that LA Knight was going to come out of this and win this match, giving him a briefcase, a contract, up to a year, anytime, any place where he could cash in for a world championship or a WWE championship opportunity, right? And finally get this man as a world champion. WWE didn't do that, right? We had a lot of outside interference. We had Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, right? We had the Bloodline, all of this outside interference. Now, LA Knight, he was close. They teased him winning this match. But WWE, obviously, they went with Seth Rollins. This is the issue with LA Knight. He literally checks every box that there is to check. You want charisma, you want promos, you want in-ring work, you want character work, you want connection with the fan base. This guy gets some of the biggest reactions in the entire company, yet they will not make him a world champion. In fact, he's only challenged for the world title on 2 occasions. 2023, which was his breakout year, he fell short to Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel, in a match in which I thought was a major mistake, considering that you just could have had him go on and win the championship, not from Roman, but the world championship the next year. They obviously didn't do that. They then set up a fatal 4-way at the 2024 Royal Rumble, and LA Knight lost that match as well. LA Knight coming up short in the 2023 Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay, fine, you could go with that. Him coming up short in the 2024 Money in the Bank ladder match. That's a head scratcher. This year, I don't understand it. You have Seth Rollins, who is an already made guy. He's a multiple-time world champion. He's in a feud with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Excuse me. He's not in a feud with himself. That would be weird. He has multiple things lined up. On any given day, he can go out there and challenge for a world title. He does not need a briefcase to get it done. LA Knight's a guy that is a little bit floundering, okay? Yes, he had a short run as United States champion in 2024. He lost to Shinsuke Nakamura for absolutely no reason after not a great run. He wins the championship back only to lose it to Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. I understand that because I looked at it and I go, okay, you know what? That was a better U.S. title run for him the second go around. Not great, but it was better. I blame that on the booking. Now we have a situation in which Jacob Fatu needs a title. LA Knight's ready to go to the main event scene, so Jacob takes the title. He becomes, U.S. champion, and LA Knight goes above and is slotted into a main event scene. And that's not the case. That's not what they've done. And clearly, WWE does not see this guy as a main event guy. Clearly, WWE does not see him as a world champion. You've had multiple opportunities for him to go out there and win a match that gets him a world title match. Okay. He hasn't even sniffed the main event scene on SmackDown. Okay. In terms of just, hey, we need a challenger for 1 month, or hey, we need a title match right here for this purpose. Nothing. Isn't sniffed that world title since 2024, in January of 2024. At every opportunity that WWE has had to make this guy a main eventer and a world champion material guy, they haven't done. I don't buy it being age. I don't understand why. And I've talked about this for, I don't know, 2 years now, of like, there are just certain guys that WWE just don't see as world champion material, and they won't pull the trigger regardless of fan reactions. Okay. Now, I had 3 names that I would put under that category. I was right about 2. I was wrong. I did not see Jey Uso becoming a world champion, even though I'm a big fan of his and I understand why he's in the position that he is in. It was LA Knight and Sami Zayn who I am still correct on, and they do fall in the same category as Jey. A lot of people don't understand why they don't pull the trigger at least one time on those guys. With LA Knight, he really does fit the WWE mold to a T, yet WWE will not go forward with him. I think it was a mistake that WWE continues to make. It's like, oh, another year? Well, we'll put him in Money in the Bank. Are we going to have him win? No. And it's like, at some point, WWE fans are going to look at LA Knight and go, hey, you're not a main eventer. You're not a world champion. We're going to move on to someone else. And I think his crowd reactions will start to go down. And that's very unfortunate because this guy has paid his dues on the independent scene in NTNA and NXT, and they had to go through the Max Dupree character. And it's like, what else do you want from this guy? What else does WWE, does he need to give blood? Right? Does he need to give his soul? Does he need to call up Uncle Dwayne and be like, hey, I'll give you my soul if you'll make me a world champion? Like, what is it that LA Knight needs to do to get to that spot where WWE goes, oh yeah, he's the guy? Because like, his in-ring work is pretty good. His promos are great. His character work is great. He has a connection with the fan base. He's getting loud ovations. What is it that WWE is not getting what they want to make him that world champion? Why do they not see him as a world champion? And until those questions are answered, I don't have an answer, because in my eyes, I don't see where there's a flaw. I don't see what he's missing. And that's a shame. It really, really is.